Hey everybody, testing 1, 2, 3. How are you? Just colored my hair today, and so it inspired me to come and talk to you guys about how to color red hair, because there's a lot of people who are walking around with shitty red hair, and I don't like that, because it doesn't have to be shitty. It can look really beautiful. It just depends on whether your colorist knows how to color your red hair or not. So today I'm here to talk about how to color red hair. So first off, what we'll start is with the basics of what is in your hair. So everybody's hair color is made up of, everybody's hair color is made of the 3 primary colors. You've got blue, which are the big bad molecules on top, and then you've got your red, which are in abundance, and that's why everyone's like, my hair turns so red, it's got a lot of red. Everybody has red. And then you have the yellow. Okay, and those are your tiniest little molecules, and there's a lot of them. That's the blondes, and those are the pesky little guys that you can't get rid of when you want to have blonde hair. So you have these 3 different colored molecules in your hair, and when you're coloring your hair, you have these guys that you need to be working with. So say if you're just depositing hair color into your hair, so that means you're just adding to it, okay? You could take red, this is kind of what I do, you just take that red hair and you just slam it on top of your hair, and then you're going to have that color hair. But it can kind of fall out because you haven't opened up your hair to put it in, you're just sitting it on top. So then the next option that you have when you're coloring your hair is to lift your hair, okay? And so that's what we do when we make our hair lighter, is you're lifting it by using either like a 15, which just barely lifts your hair color at all, to a 20, which is going to lift your hair color 2 full shades lighter, 30 volume, 3 full shades lighter, and 40 volume, 4 full shades lighter. But each time that you use one of these developers, like the 20, 30, 40, to lift your hair color up, what you're doing is you're breaking up all of these hair molecules. The blue ones first, they're gone, and they're going to start exposing that red. And then as you kick out those red molecules, your hair is going to start turning orange, right? Because you're going to start seeing those yellow molecules in there. And then once you have those out, your hair color is going to be yellow. So depending on what color you want your hair to become, you need to think about what color is going to be meeting you at the other side of lifting that hair color up. And then you need to think about, say, red hair color, how fast it fades out, because everybody knows red hair color fades out fast. So what you don't want to end up doing is, say you have brown hair and you use 20 volume, you lift your hair 2 volumes or 2 levels up, so exposing the underlying pigment of like really, really orange hair. Then you throw red hair color on top of that. Looks beautiful, it's nice and red. And then when that red hair starts fading out, you're going to have orange hair. And that's what most of the population of redheads has, is orange hair, because people are using developers that they shouldn't be using, lifting people's hair up and then throwing that red hair color on, and then they're just ending up with crappy orange hair. So what I do for my red hair, and I've had this same hair color for 3 years, ever since it was about this short. You can go check out my old videos. I used to be a blonde, and then I went to this hair color. Is I use I don't know where I found this, it's a 13 volume hair developer. So it's not quite just deposit only, but it's just barely opening up my hair. Just like opening up a little bit, shoving that red hair color in it. And it's not really taking away really any of the molecules. It's just sort of like scratching the surface of it. And then I'm able to apply the red hair color into my hair, and it stays. And when it fades, it's just red. Like even when my hair color fades out, it just looks like this all of the time pretty well. It's just a little bit less vibrant. It is a little bit lighter, but my hair never turns orange. And it's because I barely lift it. And you can do this for a lot of hair colors. Like if someone's a blonde and they want to go red, like you're definitely not going to lift it. You're really going to deposit only, but you need to like really, really throw a lot of red hair color in there. But for anyone who just has like plain brown hair and they want to be red, they're like so easy to make look a beautiful red by just barely lifting their hair at all and just throwing that red hair color right on there. And even people who have really, really dark brown hair, say like they have like almost black hair and they want to be red, you can lift that a little bit, but only because when your hair is like black and you lift it 2 levels, the underlying pigment is red. It's gonna look kind of like this hair color. So you just throw more red on there, and when it fades, it's still gonna be red. You guys following me at all? Like, red is it's kind of like a complicated color, but it's also not really. You just need to treat it as though it's going to fade out more. And so you really just need to think ahead of what developer you're using, where that developer is going to take you, and what's going to meet you there on the other end, which is what you do with all hair color and even hair cutting. You know, it's like a formula, what you have, what you want, what you need to get there. But anyway, that's what I'm doing to color hair. And also, when you color your ends, add water to that formula, especially if you've done anything that's going to lift, because you don't want it to lift your ends even more after they've already been lifted. Because once you've lifted your ends once, your hair cuticle, like, you're going to open them up like this, and it is always going to stay open like this. So you don't need to go put another 20 volume on that and then open that even more and open it even more. So what I do every time I do my ends is, so I'll do my root formula, let it sit on there for like 15 minutes or something, and then I take water, dump it into my formula, just like a little bit, like a couple tablespoons or something, mix that in, and then that water is going to cut down the ammonia so that it's not going to keep lifting my hair anymore. It's kind of made it into a deposit only, throwing it right on there, red on red, and then my hair just stays again. Beautiful red, and it doesn't damage it. Like, my hair is really great. I know it's got like dreads for most of it, but my natural hair here is in great condition, and all I ever do is even shampoo this. I don't even condition my hair. I haven't conditioned it in like, wow, I don't know, 5 years or something. And it still maintains its integrity because I'm not over processing it with my color or anything. So anyway, I hope that you guys, that you learned something from this. This is just, you know, this is what I learned in my coloring classes back when I was a colorist. But if you have any other suggestions, you can let me know. Put it down in the comments there. Subscribe to my channel. Come back and see me again next week. And thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Bye.